hard truth of why you're not going to be happy with the next ban list in August. Make sure you guys smash the devil and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So this discussion was actually inspired by my comment section this morning when it came to looking at the spoilers that we've had for the tins so far. And with the tin spoilers, there was a card that wasn't showcased in those releases, and it was Sanctifire Dragon. So I watched a multi-thread discussion here from people, you know. It turns into the same debate of, okay, Sanctifier needs to go because the gimmick puppet lock is dumb. And then you have the argument of, well, just ban the gimmick puppet. And then, we go into the list of the alternatives that are available, like the Ra's Disciple and all of this. You can put on your tinfoil theory hat here. You know what? I'll put mine on. Okay. There you go. I'm scholar equipped now to handle this situation. All right, my PhD in Pillonomics here tells me, guess what, everybody? And it's gone. All right? No matter what's going to happen with Albion, the situation is this. One, I'm about to spit some factoids. All right? Branded is nowhere near the level of power that it was a year ago. Two, the gimmick puppet lock is one of the main reasons why this deck is able to steal games. All right? Or actually even win in the first place. Fact number three. Alright, the reason why this deck is able to do things, once again re-referencing that ease of access to Sanctifier, having that built-in protection effect that says, oh yeah, by the way, you can't actually really do anything to the Sanctifier. It's a nice imperm you got there. It's a completely different story if, maybe we could imperm this, or, be able to have something to it. Having that protection built into the card is reason number three. It's too gosh darn impervious to things. Number four, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is the number one reason that this deck is gate kept. You can sit here and you can go, well, Robbie, they do have ways around. Yes, you do have ways around. Oh, yes, you do. But I will tell you that stopping that Branded Fusion puts you in to such an extremely good position that it's fine. All right, and number five, gimmick puppets are a real deck now. I would love to see the statistical data of Albion making gimmick puppet, handing it to a gimmick puppet player who's going second, by the way. Don't even get me started on them going first and just out-grinding them into pulverization out here. But then guess what? Hey, you won. All right, the gimmick puppet player getting gimmick puppet locked? LOL. yeah, we'll see what you can do about that. So, no matter what we are looking at as a community on the Sanctifier side of things here, I understand why, but you have to remember, you're dealing with a deck that is barely scraping into top cuts with a representation of a top 64 of 1. All right, do I need to, here, let's do the percentile math for you scholars out there that are very curious about this. Okay, so 1 divided by 64. That is, well, according to my math here, it says that is 1%, but I don't think that's the case here. The point with all of this is your conversion for this is, awful. All right, looking at, the skill drain argument is a much better thing here. Looking at skill drain as a card, why skill drain needs to go? It's not because of me. I'm doing my part, though. Hello, Runic Stun player here. I'm evidently just eating grands is what people seem to think we do. But, we have to work really hard for those wins. Yes, I know. Flipping floodgates is hard, but in comparison to your skill drain argument here, where you've got the best decks in the room playing this, it's not like Sanctifier is being cited and accessible in all of these different decks. No, it's just one deck is stealing some wins over here in a corner, and to the casual players that have, blinged this deck out, and that actually really enjoy it, yeah, it stinks that this is what the deck has become, but I still think that the lore and what this deck can do is just, it's led down to bad Yu-Gi-Oh card design at this point. If we could actually, have these power crap cards. By the way, Fall of Albaz is like 2 years old now by this point. I don't know if you realize that. Yeah, Branded Fusion's been around here for like 2 years. So that's another pretty major thing for you to think about here when you're thinking about this and just going, huh. You know, you've got cards, 2 years of power creep, by the way, on this. That's why, you know, they're holding on with the Gimmick Puppet stuff, because ignorant cards that allow these interactions to happen is that. But, like I said, Gimmick Puppets coming into the meta kind of checks that. Now, back onto the topic of skill drain here. I mentioned, you know, Sanctifier not having that splash ability versus skill drain, who does have that splash ability. Yeah, our current problem with skill drain is the fact that when you look at how things are in the course of the BS of the meta, you know, Snake Eyes Ash being able to tribute that skill drain, which you just flipped, by the way, to stop everything that your opponent's doing. Yeah, that was totally fair, by the way. Trust me, Runic Stun player here. Skill Drain is the best card in our deck. An occasional Floodgate is cool. It does slow down the game, but realistically, Skill Drain is a problem. All right, and it's only become a problem because of, one, the poor management of spell and trap interactivity in the game is what I'm going to say. It felt like with skill drain existing in the pool, Konami's thought process was, hey, having this card in the game promotes people to need to play spell and trap removal. So, you know, those Cosmic Cyclones, that Harpy's Feather Duster, you know, possibly, you know, the Heavy Storm here in the future, they want to promote actually having back row removal in the course of the game. So, you know, you leave cards like this running around. Anti-Spell Fragrance dilutes that thought process. That's why that got punted out here. It's why most of the Floodgates, I think, have been checked to 1. But with the way that Skill Drain works and its ability to blink a field, and on top of, you know, turning U-Bell into a free beat stick, by the way. Stop hitting yourself, by the way. That's my favorite deck in the whole wide world when a skill drain's face up on the field. The U-Bell player's like, hey, are you ready to attack yourself? Ooh woo. And you're sitting there and you're like, no, no more. Stop it. I can't do this. And it's like, poke, and you just explode. Like, that's how it feels when skill drain's present on the field. And they're like, oh yeah, take all your damage. Oh, okay. Hey, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and float on into the next U-Bell. And all of a sudden, you know, you got the ugly one staring at you, stage 2, and you're like, do we have to do this again? Yeah, that's... Nobody ever actually thinks about, you know, like, okay, skill drain needs to go because it's broken and, you know, Runic Stun. No, it needs to go because it's broken in all the tier 1 decks that are choosing to play it. And that's why I said, no matter what, you know, like, everybody's going to be, contrary to popular belief, if skill drain sticks around for another 4 months, as the meta kind of rolls back here, everybody's going to be unhappy about it. I'm going to be happy because I can still play it, but, you know, Konami just handing out free W's out here. It's just that. And same thing with the Sanctifier thing. You know, nobody's going to be happy. If you ban Sanctifier, the entire player base of the Fallen of Albaz deck, one of the most beloved lures in the game, you just hurt all of them. Everybody that has invested all that time and all that money into that deck just got flushed by the player base. And I don't think that Konami can afford a... I mean, they've done worse things in my opinion, but I don't think at this point in time that Konami can afford to put down that side of the lore enjoyers who have been playing this deck, who have been, you know, putting all of this time and money into it. That does not seem like the thing that they would do. So, once again, deck is doing okay. Alright, the reason for this, this all sparked because somebody's like, I don't see the Sanctifier reprint. You know, where is it? Is it getting banned? Hello? Do you guys see it? And it's like, no, relax. I think for now that it might be on everybody's list, but realistically, if it didn't get checked the last 2 list, that this was a thing, and now we have way more problems in the game, looking at you, Beatrice, and looking at you, Snake Eyes package, I'm fine with just leaving this alone. Let the casual players have their fun. It's my opinion. If you lose, well, Your opponent just drew better than you. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Feels some days. Look, welcome to the luck side of things. You cannot control every side of variance in this game with deck building. It's just an unfortunate side of things. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and peace out, guys.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.